this morning and I pray to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Yahawashi, blessed be Yahawah, blessed be Yahawashi.
Shalom, sisters. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the glory praises to the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Shabbat shalom for my sisters. Shabbat shalom to y'all. Yahawah is whom the world calls God, and Bahasham means in the name of, and Yahawashi is whom the world calls Jesus Christ. Just letting my sisters know that are not aware. Before we get into it, I'm just going to get the foundational precept, 1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth. That Yahawah in all things will be glorified through Yahawashi, Mashiach, to whom be praised in the men forever and ever. Amen. So everything we do, we want to speak the oracles of the Most High. We want to speak those things that are pleasing in His sight. And, we want to give all honor, glory, praise to the Most High because it is only of His ability. It's only of the Most High I'm only able to get on here and talk to my sisters. It's only of the Most High that He's blessed me with wisdom, knowledge, understanding. It's only of the Most High that we understand His scripture. So we want to glorify the Most High in all things, that Yahweh in all things will be glorified forever and ever. And in Hebrews 10:24, let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. So I'm here to provoke my sisters unto good works, to provoke my sisters to strive to move in the Spirit a little bit more. So I can do this real quick. So what I mean by that, we're going to get into it. This is really more so for the mamas out there, but this can be for married sisters as well. And even single sisters. This is a video for my sisters, okay? All my videos are. But specifically, I thought about this for my moms out there, since I now am a mom myself. And it's just something that I've just really been meditating on. So we know that before I say this, I would like to say I'm not going to be doing any crazy breakdowns. I'm not going to be doing that. But it is something that we need to talk about. And I'm also going to say I got permission on my head. Okay, so let's get into it. But I do feel like this is going to be a good video through the Spirit. We're going to be talking about the times to come. This is often not talked about enough with the sisters. We read about these things that happened with our forefathers and foremothers, how a woman had to encourage her 7 sons to die for the Lord in Maccabees 7. We read about how our elder, Eleazar, Maccabees 6, 2 Maccabees 6, how he died because he didn't want to eat pork. And 2 Maccabees 7, how the mother encouraged her children not to die for the Lord. We read about John getting beheaded. Who's to say we're exempt from any of these things? We as women are not exempt. And especially my mamas out there, we have to gird the loins of our mind and be built up in the Spirit in prayer and asking the Most High to give us the spirits of strength and boldness and courage, because there's nothing new under the sun. What happened then is going to happen again. And we cannot in that day choose saving our children because we can't fathom anything happening to them. So I want to read Ecclesiastes to start it off, 1:10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new, it hath been already of old time, which is before us? So there, also like I'm reading on to, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new, it hath been already of old time, which is before us? So nothing is new. These things have been of old before us. There's nothing new under the sun. And I just want to talk to my sisters because I understand. We can't let, however, we cannot let anxiety, worry, and fear become a part of our norm, especially when we become moms. We love our babies so much, and we would do anything to protect them, rightfully so. You have crazy thoughts, and y'all know what thoughts I'm talking about, okay? Y'all already know. We have these intrusive, crazy thoughts of something bad happening to our kids. Like, oh my gosh, what if this happened? What if this happened? But we have to cast those things down because they are not of the Most High. Worry, fear, anxiety is not operating in the Spirit, but the fruits of the Spirit is walking in the Spirit. Anxiety, worry, fear, doubt, those things are not of the Most High. They're not of the Spirit. So this walk is the point of this walk is to keep the commandments, right? But and in doing so and keeping the commandments, you're being set apart. But it's also striving to operate in the Spirit and be blameless as possible and be set apart. How are we set apart if we're operating in worry and fear and anxiety? Now, we're all in this flesh and we have our struggles, yes, but we cannot let these spirits become a part of us. The point is we have to constantly fight to strive to overcome these spirits. It's a daily fight. It's rebuking and fighting these things. But if we cannot trust in the Most High now and be strong now and trust that His hands are of our children, how are we going to do in that day? Yes, we can do anything, but we have to gird up the loins of our mind and not be weak women. These are the things we have to talk about. So let's go to 2 Timothy 1:7. And to understand first that Yahawah have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. The Most High have not given us a spirit of fear, but instead He's given us a spirit of power to tread upon Satan, to cast down these things that are not of Him, to rebuke these things in the name of Yahawashi. That's what the Most High has given us. He's given us power to, Lord willing, be strong in that day. Okay? Let's go to 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahawah, and bringing into captivity every thought into the obedience of Yahawashi. So we have to bring these thoughts into captivity. These wicked thoughts that we have about our children and fearful thoughts we have about them, rebuking them and casting them down. Okay, let's go to Galatians 5:22. First, let me get 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you should not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are the contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. So every day we're constantly fighting in the Spirit, warring in the Spirit to strive to stay in the Spirit. Every day, constantly, right? And so part of that battle could be worry, fear, and anxiety, those spirits. It's fighting daily to fight those spirits, not letting them spirits be you. Oh, I have anxiety. Oh, I have I have anxiety. Oh, I'm a worrier. I'm an overthinker. Don't normalize these things. I seen this post on Instagram. They said set aside 15 minutes a day to worry. That's utter madness. I gotta do a video on that, Lord. That's utter madness. We're not setting aside 15 minutes a day to worry. No, we're rebuking these things and we're casting them down, and we're calling upon the name of Bahasham. We're getting these precepts to help uplift our spirit and to cut these worry demons. That's what we're doing. So that's the point. Striving to fight. You know, the spirit and flesh is always warring together. You know, they war against one another. So these spirits are gonna try to attack. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying do not constantly give into those spirits and let that spirit become you. Fight those spirits. Cut that spirit up with the word. Rebuke that in the name of Yahawashi, because it's not of the Most High. In verse 22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And that are Christ, Yahawashi, have crucified the flesh with affection and lust. Oh, let me keep reading. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. So if we say we in the Spirit, we say we in His truth, we say we daughters of Zion, walk in it, boo. Fear, worry, anxiety, doubt, those are not of it. That's not of it. Okay? So let's not normalize being worried and fearful for our children. Married sisters, don't worry. Let's not normalize being worried and fearful over your husband. Even my single sisters, don't let worry and fear and anxiety be normalized in your life over your family members, over your life. Let's not normalize these things. But instead, this is what we have to do. 1 Peter 1:13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahawashi. Let's see what that means in different translation. What does it mean to gird up the loins of your mind? NLT. Let's see what it say. So prepare your minds for action and exercise self-control. Put all your hope in the grace of salvation that will come to you when Yahawashi is revealed to the world. It says prepare your minds for action. Through the Spirit, we have to prepare our mind for the things we might see. And of course, we can only do so much preparing, but the things we read about, we have to actually picture these things happening. Like, they used to hang our babies. You know, the times are coming in they might say, like they did in 2 Maccabees 6, eat this pork, I'm going to kill your daughter. Eat this pork, I'm going to kill your husband. We cannot, with the times we're coming in, we very much so might see our children get put to death, or our husband, or your mom, or your dad, or your brother, your sister, whoever. But the thing is, in that moment, we have to be strong. We cannot let the mama bear in us to save our children come for the Most High. I'm going to say that again. In that moment, we have to be strong and not let the mama bear in us save our children before the Most High. We cannot let that come before the Most High. Because we know that on the other side is the kingdom of heaven. The other side is the kingdom of heaven. So when they're threatening to kill your child or to kill your husband because because they're going to say it. We read about these things. They're in the Bible. The Most High is not a liar. His word is true. And that's why these times, yes, they're a little scary. They can be scary. But we have to remember these are things we should expect. These are things we read about. And so they did it before. They're going to do it again. And we cannot fold when those times come. Because like I said, we know that on the other side is the kingdom of heaven. And so they used to tell us, eat this, I'm going to kill you. Eat this, I'm going to kill you. We have to be like, kill me. Kill him. Because there's really no way around it. Either the Most High is going to get up with us for going off, or get the kingdom Most High willing, because the kingdom is living on the other side. Don't save their life, because that's going to be the end of times. It's going to be the end of the world. It's going to be the end of times. There's nothing. There's no more. No, it's going to be it. So why save them? You know what I mean? Why save them? There's nothing else to look forward to but the kingdom of heaven. And you don't want to miss out on the kingdom of heaven. Lord forbid, because you wanted to save your child life for maybe a few extra months before Yahawashi returned and destroyed this place to utter destruction. So let's go to 1 Peter 3:7, because we are more susceptible to temptation and sin because of the wicked vessel. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So we're more susceptible to sin and temptation, but in the times to come, we cannot let that weaker vessel come out. We cannot let that weaker vessel come in. Like, we cannot let us being a weaker vessel allow us to fall in that day. And that's why we have to build ourselves up now, reading, prayer, and fasting. So let's just get into the count. Oh, yeah, they do got Maccabees on here. Okay, first Maccabees 1. All right. We're going to start at... I kind of want to read the whole thing, but... we could start at verse 20. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar, and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof, and the table of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold, and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasure which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Therefore there was a great mourning in Israel in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collective tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came into Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake beautiful words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire, and pulled down the house and walls thereof on every side. But the woman and children took they captive, and possessed the cattle. Then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them. And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They stored it also with armor and victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there. And so they became a sore snare, for it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary and in an evil adversary to Israel. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them. Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning, her Sabbaths into reproach, her honor into contempt. As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the king to the commandment of the king, he should die. He said he should die. In the selfsame manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, every one that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for succor, which means help. Now the 15th day of the month Chislev, in the 150th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. When they had written pieces of the books of the law which they found, they burnt them on fire. And wheresoever was found with any book of the testament, or if any considered to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities. We get into what I want for real. Now the 25th day of the month they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of God. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. And they hanged the infants about their necks, and ruffled their houses, and slew them, and had circumcised them. Howbeit, men in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. Wherefore they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died, and there was very great wrath upon Israel. This is what I really wanted. These times are coming again, y'all, that women are going to be being put to death because they choose to fear God instead of man. Let's get Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So don't fear the white man for what he's going to do, but fear Yahawashi, because that's the one that's going to kill your soul. Esau can't kill your soul. The white man can't kill your soul, but the Most High can. And so these are things that we have to talk about as women and prepare our minds for, because we don't want to talk about it. No, it's not the best thing to talk about. And if I'm being honest, it's impossible for us to sit there and watch our kids get killed. It's impossible for us to sit there and, out of our own strength, watch our family get put to death for this truth. But the thing is, with the Most High, it's possible. We cannot do it of our own strength. We need the Most High. We need the Most High to give us strength of courage and boldness and strength in that day. And so that's why we have to pray for these things now. And that's why we have to read about these things now and talk about these things now, because these are the things that we're going to go through in that day if we want to get the kingdom of heaven. There is nothing new under the sun. I'm not going to keep saying it, but I might, because I really want to get this engraved in your head. Because Numbers 23:19, this book is so real, man. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Everything the Most High says come to pass. And if it hasn't yet, it will. There's nothing new under the sun. They were killing our foremothers because they didn't want to uncircumcise their children. They wanted their children to be circumcised because the law says, circumcise your son on the 8th day. That is in the law. They chose to fear the Most High God, Yahawah, Bahasham, like Yahawashi, over man. And so that resulted in the death of them, and that resulted in the death of their children. Many other sisters and brothers died because they chose to fear the Most High instead of eating unclean meat. In that day, when they tell us that they're going to kill us or kill our children or kill our husbands or kill this person, but if we don't eat this pork or eat this crab or eat this shrimp, we think that sounds crazy. Like, they won't kill us for not eating meat. And that's why it's absurd that people say, I ain't going to hell for not eating, for eating pork. They're going to be killing you if you don't eat pork. So these are the things we have to get our minds ready for it. These are the things that they're going to be doing because they did it before and they're going to do it again. And so, like I said, we can't let Mama Bear come out. Like, meaning, you know, I can't say what that day is going to be like. I really can't. I don't want to talk in my own belly, you know, but meaning we cannot choose to protect our child over the Most High, because our child dying for Yahawashi is a precious thing in his sight, and that just means the kingdom is on the other side. I'm not going to read the whole 2 Maccabees chapter 6 or 7, but I just want y'all to read that on your own time. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 goes into our elder Eleazar choosing not to eat pork to die for the Most High. Okay, and then 2 Maccabees chapter 6 goes into the woman with the 7 sons that encouraged her sons to die for the law of Yahawashi. I'm going to read a few of the verses, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. And my daughter just woke up, so I'm finna be dealing with her, so y'all got to bear with me. Hey, booga. Okay, so, so y'all, I bring all of that out to basically show that these are the times we're coming in again, and we can't choose to be like, no, don't kill me, don't kill him, I'll eat it. Lord forbid. We don't want to move like that because we love our kids so much. This is about. Understand the love of your, like, loving your child is like an unconditional love that you can't explain. But in that day, we can't let that love override the love of Yahawashi, and that's what we need to talk about. 2 Maccabees 7. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than transgress the laws of our fathers. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body. The rest of his brethren and his mother was looking on. So I'm just stop there. Actually, I'm gonna keep reading. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, The Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth hath comforted us, as Moses in his song, which witness to their faces declared, saying, And he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead, after this manner, they brought the second to make a mocking stock. When they pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, Wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? But he answered in his own language and said, No, la. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, Thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. So that's a beautiful account. It said that the mother was exhorting them with the sons. So she had 7 sons. When the first one was getting put to death, they were all exhorting each other. You know, you got this. Die for the Most High. But I ain't no telling what they were saying, man. Like, I ain't no telling, but it says they was exhorting one another to die manfully. Die like a man. Die for Yahawashi. The kingdom on the other side. We've been reading about this. We've been talking about this. We've been praying for these times. We've been praying the Most High get us strength to get through this. You got this. Lord willing, these are the spirits we want to be in that day, man. Like, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful to die for Yahawashi. It said that the king of this world shall raise us up who have died for his laws into everlasting life. So when we encourage one another to die in that day, if our kids are getting put to death, or if our husband are getting put to death, or if your brothers and sisters in this walk are getting put to death, if you're a single sister or a married sister with no kids, in that day, that just means we're going to get raised up to everlasting life. The kingdom is literally on the other side. And so we think it's crazy that they might be trying to kill us for eating pork, for not eating pork. That's exactly what's going to be happening. It says a mother and 7 sons choose to die rather than eat pork. So we have to choose to die rather than break the Most High's commandments. And so this is what the things we have to talk about. And so we have to be like this mother with the 7 sons. I'm going to skip down to her part when she was talking to her other son. I'm going to start at verse number... I'm going to start at verse 25. But when the young man in no case will hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. So these wicked, crafty devils might try to get us to save our life. I'm telling you, sisters, right now, you're not saving your life. That's going to be the end of the world. There ain't nothing left but either you're going to be in that burning fire, everlasting lake of fire, or the everlasting kingdom of heaven. It's up to you. You're going to save your life for 10 minutes. Maybe however long till Yahawashi come back. Don't do that. It's no point. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this manner: O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, and all look upon the heaven, all the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that Yahawah made them of things that were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. That I may receive thee again, that most high will we be in the kingdom. She said, don't fear this tormentor. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, Whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. And though that has been the author of our mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of God, for we suffer because of our sins. And though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again with his servants. But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of Yahawah. For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of Almighty God, who seeth all things. For our brethren who now have suffered a short pain, it's short, man, are dead under God's covenant of everlasting life. But thou, through the judgment of Yahawah, shall receive just judgment for thy pride. But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers, beseeching Yahawah that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, and that by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is God, and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon all our nation, may cease. Then the king, being in a rage, handled him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So this man died under foul, and put his whole trust in the Lord. Last of all, after the sons, the mother died. Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the idolatrous feasts and extreme tortures. Wow. Wow. So, I mean, what more do I have to say? Like, wow. Call Bahasham, all praise to the Most High. They chose rather to die for the Most High than to break his law, such commandments. She watched 7 of her sons get put to death for the word of God, for the word of the Most High. And so we are not exempt. Who's to say we are exempt from watching our kids get put to death for this law? So, sisters, we cannot be afraid to tell our children, you have to be willing to die for the truth for their name's sake. That's a part of training up a child in the way they should go. Let's see. Train up a child. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it. We have to teach our children these laws, such as commandments. We have to teach our children's children. Let me get that. That's Deuteronomy. What is that? Is that Deuteronomy 8? Teach your children these laws. Let me see. Teach children. I think it's in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, KJV. Deuteronomy 6, okay. Deuteronomy 6 and 7. And thou shalt teach, no, I'm going to start at 6. And these words, let me start at 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy might. And these words which I commanded this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them up upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. We have to teach our children these laws of the Most High. We have to teach our children about our foremothers and our forefathers. We have to teach our children about the times to come and how they're going to have to die for the Most High. We have to be that righteous example to our children. And so this is where we have to stop being so emotional and be these strong, bold women of the Most High God and teach our children these things. It's not the best thing to read about. Like it's emotional, but this is real, sisters. This is our life. It's not a game. It's not a game, and we have to prepare ourselves mentally the best we can. Like I said, it's only so much. It's only so much preparing that we can do. Sorry. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're all right. You're all right. It's like it, y'all. But it's only so much preparing that we can do. But that's why we need the Most High, because we cannot do it on our own strength. But through the Spirit, we want to, these are the things we have to basically think about and get our mind ready for it to the best of our ability. So let's go to Proverbs 31:17. She girded her loins of strength and strengthened her arms. Verse 25, strengthened on her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. So Proverbs 31, woman girds herself in strength and strengthens her clothing. So we have to ask the Most High to strengthen us now. Ask the Most High to strengthen us for that day. Asking the Most High to increase our faith for that day. Increasing us now. And read these things now, because there's nothing new under the sun. And these scriptures are here for our learning. Romans 15:4. You're okay. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So these things are written for our learning's sake, y'all. These things are written so that we may learn. And so, we want to, like I said, we can't for real be ready for these times to come. And, we can't really prepare, but we can strive to get ready to the best of our ability. Getting ready, stocking up on faith, asking the Most High to increase our faith, increase our strength. Asking the Most High to strengthen our mind. So because all of our lots are different. We don't know if we're going to watch our children get put to death, or if we're going to be put to death. Like, everybody's lot is different. We don't know if we're going to, we just don't know. Okay? Lord willing, we bold as a lion. And if that is our lot, we faced with a guillotine. And if that is our lot, we're faced with eat this pork or die. The most High willing will be ready for that through the Spirit, because the Most High is going to give us that strength in that day. But basically, we don't know. We can't be fully ready for these things, right? But we can do our best to read these things and desensitize ourselves and ask the Most High for strength. Because it's impossible for us to do it on our own. That's why we need the Most High. We need His strength, His courage, His faith, His boldness, and He can give us those things. But we got to pray for these things now and talk about these things, because of course, as we increase in knowledge, we're going to increase in wisdom. And that's Ecclesiastes 1:18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increases sorrow. And when I'm saying we don't know what our lot is going to be like in that time, basically, I'm just saying we don't know what is, like I said, we don't know what's going to be like. We don't know if we're going to be just in a wilderness trying to endure. We don't know if we're going to, we just don't know what our specific lot will look like when that time comes. So that's what I mean. Just leave that there. So let me go to Matthew 20:22, and I'm almost done. We just want to pray, whatever it is, whatever our lot is, that we be ready through the Spirit. Matthew 20:21, and he said unto her, what wilt thou? She said unto him, grant these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand, on the other the left, in thy kingdom. But Yahawashi answered and said, "You know not what you ask. Are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with?" They said unto him, "We are able." So if we want to get the kingdom, we got to be able to drink this cup. Yahawashi, I just finished reading the book of Matthew. You know, it's always a good read and emotional reading about, you know, the death of Hamashiach Yahawashi. And, you know, he was thorns, a reed in his hand, thorns on his head, sweat and blood. They gave him gall and vinegar to drink. They pierced him. They really, really did one with Yahawashi. And we say we're followers of Yahawashi, Mashiach, Yahawashi. We got to be willing to go through it, man, because he went through it. And if they did it unto him, are we greater than our master? Let me get that. I think that's in John 15. That's what I think it said. Are we greater than our master? We the servant. John 15 and 17. Number 18. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. So if they did it to Yahawashi, if they did it to Yahawashi, they're going to do it to us. So we say we servants and followers of Christ. Well, in that day, it's going to really be tried. That's going to be the real hour of temptation. That's going to be the real separation of the wheat and the tares, and who really for this truth and who really for the Most High. You know, because if they did it to Christ and we say we Christ-like, okay, we're going to have to go through it. So this Matthew 10 and 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. He that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. And so the whole point of this video is we cannot love our children, our husband, or our family, or our brother, or our sister more than we love the Most High. That's the whole point. We cannot love our family more than the Most High. So in that day, if we're presented with, are you going to denounce the name of the Lord, or I'm going to kill your daughter? Are you going to eat this pork, or do you want me to kill your husband? Do you want me to eat this pork, or do you want me to kill your brother? Are you going to eat this pork, or do you want me to kill your sister? We cannot choose the love of them over the Most High. We cannot love them more than the Most High. We got to love the Most High laws more. And, you know, we love our kids. We love them so much. But in that day, we cannot love them more than the Most High. We can't love them more than the Most High now. Don't let being a mother, being a wife, distract you from serving the Most High. Continue to still strive to be diligent. Incorporate the Most High in your children's lives so that you can kill two birds with one stone, spending time with your children while in the Word. You know? So let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahawah, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality, and have been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in a furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. In the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro, and like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. So in that day, we're going to seem to die, and our departure is going to be taken for misery. But honestly, we're going to be in peace. We seem to be punished in the sight of men, but our hope is full of immortality. We're going to only be a little chastised, but we're going to be greatly rewarded. So remember that, sisters. Remember that the kingdom of heaven is on the other side. So just remember that. Don't save your life, man. Don't save it. Matthew 16:25. Whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. Whosoever will save his life shall lose it. If you're trying to save you or your kids or husband or brother, sister life in the day, you're going to miss out on the kingdom. But if you will be willing to lose it all, count it all dung, you're going to find it. You're going to find yourself in the kingdom of heaven, Most High willing. This Philippians 3 and 8. Yeah, doubtless 7. But what things are gained to me, those I counted lost for Christ. Yet doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Yahawashi my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahawashi Hamashiach. We got to be willing to count all things dung. Count it all dung for Yahawashi. It don't matter. Burn it all. You can kill me, kill them. It don't matter, because the kingdom of heaven is literally going to be on the other side, y'all. If you die for the Most High, that's your automatic slip to the kingdom of heaven. Automatic. Psalms 119 and 165. That's not what I wanted. But that's the spirit. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Don't let this book offend you. Don't let reading about the death of our foremothers and our forefathers offend you and cause you to be like, nah, I ain't with this. I don't want to do this. This is what it is, man. Put the emotions aside. Psalms 116. Okay, I'm in the wrong book. But that's the spirit, though. I've read that totally wrong. Psalms 116 don't got no 115. It's 15. Girl, I had it so wrong. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. That's a precious thing in the sight of the Lord. It's a precious thing. So that was it, sisters. Lord, will this is edifying. I just wanted to do a quick exhortation to my sisters that I know we love our babies and our children so much. We love our husbands. We love our family. We love our people. But we cannot love them more than the Most High, and especially in that day. We cannot choose saving them and loving them more that we denounce the name of the Lord or eat unclean things, Lord forbid. I know it's not something that we want to talk about, but these are things that we need to talk about to ask the Most High to give us strength. It's definitely easier said than done, and it's easy to say now, but that's why it's important to pray, so that Lord will the Most High hear our cry and grant us the desires of our heart and allow us to be bold in that day. So stay built up, sisters. I love y'all. We can do this, man. We trying to get the kingdom. We can do this. We can do all things through Yahawashi, which strengthens us. We're stronger than we think. Remember whose we are and who we are. And like I said, it's easy to say now, but let's just please use this time that we have now to pray, read, fast, to be built up. So in that day, that Most High willing, the first thing we do is call upon the name of Bahasham. And in that day, they're asking the Most High to be with us, and that the Most High is with us. So that Most High willing, in that day, we do not fold. Do not let mama bear, sister bear, wifey bear. Do not let the love of your family, the love of your kids, outride the love of the Most High. We shall have no other gods before Yahawashi. The Most High should be number one in our heart and our life. And if anything or anyone is before them, it is a God. Okay? So don't let the love of your family override the love of the Most High. Be bold, sisters. I love y'all. Call it Yahawashi. Shalom.
Woke up this morning and I